Yeah.
Great job. All right, Kylie. It's a TV show. It's from New York, and the license plate is Assman. ASSMAN.
Assman. That's really familiar, but I'll take a clue.
The clue is 1973 Chevy Impala.
Next clue?
Seinfeld.
Oh. Seinfeld is one of the huge pop culture gaps because I've watched a few episodes, but not enough to know a ton. I'm just gonna guess Kramer?
Kramer is correct.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was a mix-up at the DMV. He got the wrong plate.
All right, we're going to go around one more time. Bill.
Yep.
You get a TV show, California. The license plate says fresh.
The license plate said fresh, had a dice in the mirror. This has got to be the cabbie from the opening sequence of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
The cab driver is the correct answer from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That's well done.
Thanks.
Okay, Sarah, I'm going to give you a TV show, California. Knight. Knight.
I'm assuming it's Knight Rider, and his last name must be Knight. I keep wanting to say Bobby Knight, but isn't that a coach from basketball?
It is.
Yeah.
I know a sport thing. Is it Michael Knight?
It is Michael Knight. Well done.
Mr. Feeney was the voice of the car.
The first clue is going to be talking 1984 Pontiac Trans Am. Carmela, you get Ecto 1, New York movie.
Oh, who actually owned that car? Well, I mean, it's the Ghostbusters car. Mm-hmm. So, you want me to give you a Ghostbuster? Was it Ray?
Who owns it? It is Ray. Look at this great car. Everything Ray buys, everybody else looks at it and they're like, that is a piece of shit. He thinks it's amazing. All right, Kylie, we're going to finish up with you. TV show, New Mexico, LWYRUP.
Lawyer Up from New Mexico has to be Saul Goodman from
Saul
Breaking Bad.
Goodman is correct. Nice job. Good job, everybody. That is your warm it up, Chris question. Thank you, Will Emerson.
Thanks, Will.
Thanks, Will.
All right, so this is episode number 284. And before we get started, I want to give Bill a chance at the microphone. So today's show is sponsored by BP Trivia. They bought out the show today so that we can talk a little bit of BP Trivia and actually play questions that could appear on a BP Trivia style game. So, Bill, why don't you tell us about it?
Sure. So bptrivia.com is our website that we just started. BP Trivia is an online trivia game where we do hand-graded quizzes of varying sorts of difficulty. You submit answers, you hop on leaderboards, you have profiles, statistics, badges, and all that good stuff. I started it with a buddy of mine from high school, as I think I said earlier.
Colin. Yep.
Yeah. But in January, we were talking, and he's like, Learn It League is really cool. I'm good at web development. We should do something. Do you want to write for me? And I'm like, yes, because I would love to do something with all the writing I want to do and like the kind of questions I want to do and the games I want to do. And it turned into BP Trivia, and we've been doing awesome. Like, honestly, we started in February with our first quiz, a BP 100 in February. And in the past 6 months, we've been running just like beta with getting as many people as we can to play it and try it out. We currently have 1,200 people with an account on BP Trivia, with about 400 or 500 playing each and every quiz. And it's really, really awesome. If you're listening to Trivia Warfare, it's right up your alley. It's the same kind of pop culture, academic trivia. It gives you something to do. If you're into Learn It League, it gives you something to do. And we have a lot of really great trivia players playing on BP Trivia as well. Right now on BP Trivia, we have 3 different kinds of quizzes. As I mentioned, we have a BP 100 quiz, which started back in February. It is a monthly quiz of 100 questions, and you have all month to play it. There's no time limit. You just submit it when you want. If you want to sit down and play for an hour and crank it out and knock it out, you can do that. Or we also have a Save Your Answers feature, where if you want to play like 5 or 10 questions a day, save your progress, go do something else, and you can play it over a time of a week. It is a free 100-question quiz that you can play every single month. And at the end of the month, I grade it. You get on a leaderboard. You see how you did against everyone else. Another type of quiz, which I don't think any other trivia outlet or website has this function. This is a BP Blitz, and we're really proud of this. It is a timed quiz. So when you start the quiz, you have like a 5-minute timer. As soon as you start, the timer starts ticking down, and you have 5 minutes to play this quiz. The faster you finish your quiz, the more bonus points you get. And there's difficulty gauges, which we've introduced recently, that show you if it's mild, medium, or spicy are our 3 levels of difficulty. It's pretty cool. We do about 4 or more of those a month. I try and make sure we have one at least 1 week. But yeah, the BP Blitz is really cool and different. It rewards speed and speed quizzing and fast recall, which is really cool. The third type of quiz we have on BP Trivia right now is the BP Championship Series. And this is what I recommend the most. This is our daily quiz. It runs for the first 3 weeks of every month, starting on the first Monday. There's 7 questions a day, and you choose one question to be your doubler. And on this quiz, you get points for how hard the question was. So the hardest question of the day is a 300-point question, whereas the easiest is 100 points. And you kind of get a feel for how hard the questions are, pick your doubler, and you'll get double points for the questions that you get right that you choose. And if it's the hardest one, you'll get, 300 plus 300. There's 105 questions for a season, 7 questions per day for 3 weeks for 15 matches, and that happens every month starting the first Monday. That's really cool, too, because we have a ladder where you climb the ranks, you get badges, you get like a standing and like all kinds of stuff. So like they're actually named after Greek letters. So your first one is you're in the Alpha League and you climb from Alpha 1 to 5. Then you go to like Sigma and Gamma and whatever badge you earn in the BPCS actually carries with you throughout the website. So if you are a Sigma 5 player on the BPCS and you play a BP 100 quiz, on the leaderboard it'll have Jonathan Oakes, Sigma 5, right there, so you can kind of see how everyone's doing on the BPCS. And that kind of feels like our bread and butter. While the BPCS is a lot like Learned League, it tends to be a little more accessible. Right now, each match day is playing about 65% correct percentage overall. And I also tend to write just more pop culture. So it is more pop culture skewing than academic, but there is a mix of everything. So hopefully everyone can enjoy it. Right now we're in beta, and it's free to make an account and free to play our quizzes, and free through the end of August. Starting on September 1st, we are introducing BP Plus, which is a subscription to play some of the quizzes. And that's going to be $4.99 a month. And with that $4.99, you get access to every BPCS quiz, every Blitz quiz, every 100, everything for the whole month. The BPCS is over 100 questions. You're going to get 4 or more Blitzes, which it tends to be around 100 questions. So it's $4.99 for about 200 questions a month. The BP 100 is free and will always remain free. The first month that you sign up for a BP Plus subscription, that will be completely free as well. You have a free trial to pay for a month. So if you sign up on September 1st, when we introduce the BP Plus, you get September for free, where you can try out BP Plus, see all the content you can get. And if you like it, you can keep subscribing and keep playing. Otherwise, you can cancel it and just play the BP 100s or not play at all. So I hope you give it a shot at the very least. I'm very, very proud of what we've come up with. Thank you so much for letting me come on and talk about this. And I really, really feel passionate about this. I really hope people give it a shot. I'm hosting and writing the quiz today. So if you like my questions today, maybe you'll like BP Trivia.
So that, I think, is a great point. I find that I really enjoy your questions. I've enjoyed your questions since before you opened BP Trivia. I think you're a really, really good question writer. And I think that today's game will be a good example for people of what they might expect if they go play. So that's awesome.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, Bill. All right. So today's game, it is going to be Carmela and Sarah versus Jonathan and Kylie. Bill is hosting. This is episode number 284, and it is time to play the game.
Players. Oh, yeah. Y'all know what time it is. This is Mr. Literature himself, cordially inviting you to the game. This is 6 rounds of trivia goodness. 3 questions per round. Every right answer gets you 10 points. In the middle, we'll take a pause for the cause and ask a midpoint question worth up to 20 juicy points. After round 6, you can wager any or all those points you've been building up and take a shot at the final round. It's a series of theme-based questions we call the Gauntlet. It's just that easy, baby. But this game ain't gonna play itself, players. Let's get it on.
All right, Bill, take it away. Round 1, question 1.
All right, round 1, question 1. Your first category is the Soviet Union. Your first question is, The Soviet Constitution of 1918 said that their coat of arms should include what two items, which stood for the Worker-Peasant Alliance?
Kylie, I'm in the same space. I think we locked that in.
Yes, I'm good with that.
All right, we're locked in.
I think we were pretty close to locking in too.
Yeah,
we had the same thought.
I have a tendency to always second guess myself out of correct answers, so I don't necessarily want to revisit this if we're both thinking the same thing.
Yeah, we both thought hammer and sickle, so that's what we're going to lock in with.
Kylie?
Yeah, that was my first thought as well. When you first started reading the question, you said 1918 Russia, and I thought we were going into a scary history place. I got very nervous. And then I thought, what is representative of a worker and what would be representative of a farmer or peasant, and thought of the hammer and sickle.
Yeah, and that is totally correct. Both of you guys correct. The hammer and sickle is correct. Yeah, I didn't want to scare you off with a deep history question on the first question there, so I'm glad you were able to get it. I thought it was cool, the Worker-Peasant Alliance. I actually never knew that. That's what it comes from. So good job on that first question. 10 points for each team. Question 2 of round 1, your category is Pizza Hut. A traditional supreme pizza at Pizza Hut includes marinara sauce, mozzarella cheese, pepperoni, pork, beef, and 3 other non-meat, cheese, or sauce ingredients. I need you to name all 3 of the remaining ingredients on a supreme pizza. And if at any point you need me to reread anything, I'm happy to read it 7 or 8 times. Like, I have no problem.
You said it's a standard supreme from Pizza Hut, right?
A traditional supreme.
Traditional supreme.
But yes.
All right, we're going to lock in.
Cool.
All right, Kylie, so this is one of I get like 2 pizzas from Pizza Hut. This is one of them. The veggies on this are mushrooms, onions, and green peppers.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Supreme is not my go-to. I have the palate of like a 13-year-old, so I just get pepperoni and cheese. So I would, anytime a Supreme shows up, I always think of that as a grown-up pizza, and I don't take a slice. So I'm good to go with your answer.
Carmela and Sarah, what do you guys got?
I just want to say, Kylie, you're my kindred spirit for pizza. Pepperoni's my go-to. I'm like a pizza snob. I also have a pepperoni pizza slice tattoo. So pepperoni for life.
Where is it?
It's on my thigh. The funny thing is, I got it to remind me where I'm from, my New Jersey heritage. And it came to me in the car one day. I was like, you should get a pepperoni pizza slice. And it says home on it. And I was like, that sounds great. Then a year later, a friend of mine goes, you have a home slice tattoo. It's like, it's even better now.
That's amazing.
That's
I'm
really
going to take a note for show titles. Home slice tattoo.
I'm sure that Bill prefaced it with traditional because there's also a super supreme, which I think includes the olives. So, but we went with green peppers, onions, and mushrooms.
Your answer is mushrooms, green peppers, and onions. Good job.
Yes.
Nice.
I didn't know there was a super supreme, but I'm glad I wrote it the way that was.
There is, and it's disgusting.
Yeah, it includes olives. It's basically the same thing. It just adds olives.
That's kind of
Sure.
right. And maybe bacon or something like that. They probably add one more meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, my pizza is to take off the mushrooms, peppers, and onions and just get the pepperoni, pork, and beef. And I'm a meat guy. All right, your next question. The category is a trip to Spain. Seville is the capital and largest city of which autonomous community of Spain, which ranks first both alphabetically and in population?
Kylie, I'm not going to come up with better information there.
Yeah.
If you like your answer better, we'll go with it. If you think my answer is good, then we'll go with that. I'm going to let you decide that because
I think go with yours because it comes alphabetically before, and I think both of the things that we're talking about are
maybe
in the same vein.
Yeah. All right, well, let's go
And
with that.
I'm not confident about mine. It's just a guess. So.
All right, Bill, we're locked in.
Oh, Sarah, I don't know.
Yeah. I think we have 3 reasonable guesses. We just have to convince ourselves one of them. So Carmela first said Catalonia, but then we found 2 other regions in Spain we know start with the letter A, Aragon and Andalusia. I don't know if Aragon exists as a region anymore, or because it was when Spain came together to kind of form
Right.
absorb other countries. I just keep thinking because of the Clash song and Lucia,
It does come first alphabetically out of the three we have.